And Sergio Perez. That's right, folks. Sergio Perez is out for a second consecutive qualifying. Sergio Perez is out. I think it's time to have a conversation about Sergio. Perez, Bottas, Ocon, Hulkenberg, and Zhou all out in Q1. The two Saubers, no surprise. Ocon and Hulkenberg are driving for Alpine and Haas. For Perez, out qualified by Pierre Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo, and Kevin Magnussen. Hello there, Silverback. I hope you are doing well this evening or afternoon, depending where you are in the world. And you can see that P16, Mr. Sergio Perez, who has signed a new contract at Red Bull, has been knocked out to Q1 for the second consecutive Grand Prix. It's very clear. It's very clear. Perez is there to be a number 2 at Red Bull. He's there to make Christian Horner happy and to give him no stress. You stop mountain biking for F1. Well, I suppose having witnessed Leclerc and Norris winning a race has brought some attention back to the sport again, because let's be honest, I'm not entirely sure how much longer I think any of us could have dealt with watching Max Verstappen continue racing. Okay, never mind, Ruxford. It's okay. I'm not too bothered. But look at that. 1 minute 13.3 from Perez. So close, by the way. I think Perez missed out by just half a tenth of a second. I mean, but we all know that Carlos Slim pays Red Bull a lot of money for Perez to be in the seat. Telmex, Mexican Telecommunications, also pays an awful lot in Perez's presence at Red Bull and in the sport. Although it has to be said, Sergio Perez has not won a race for over a year now, since last year's Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, or was it Baku? Either way, he's not won a race for 14 months now. That's shocking. That is shocking. But credit to Yuki Tsunoda. I mean, got within 4 tenths of Verstappen, who I think got within a 1 minute 12.3. That's right, a 12.3 for Max Verstappen in Q1. That is, I think he went over a second faster than what Lewis Hamilton did at the end of FP3, which of course was the only dry session of this weekend. Oh, is it raining? Oh, damn, is it raining in Montreal? Oh, man, I think I might need to switch my channel to another video. I think I might have to go to, you know who, because, of course, this guy doesn't provide weather forecasters on this channel. He just brings you the time and all this, which is pretty good. I mean, you look at the championship, Verstappen is just 31 points ahead of Charles Leclerc. I mean, all I can say is another win for Leclerc and a retirement for Verstappen brings Leclerc straight back into this fight. My goodness me, Perez was 4 tenths slower than Piastri. Why is he still driving for Red Bull? I mean, he's currently 5th in the title race. Yeah, but we all know it's a number 1, number 2 system at the Red Bull team. It's the same as what it was with Bottas and Hamilton at Mercedes. And what Ferrari had with Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello, who, of course, Valtteri Bottas, funnily enough, named his dog Rubens Barrichello when he was a kid. So I guess number 2s think alike. Although I don't think Perez is the type of person who sees himself as a number 2, if I'm going to be honest. Hello there, ARLUK 2012. I hope you are well on this fine Saturday evening / afternoon, wherever you are in the world. No, Perez is just there for his pension fund now. I know some of us would be tempted to say, well, Perez should go to IndyCar because technically he would probably have a chance of winning races and a championship there, but he's 34 years old now, and I think that boat has sailed past Perez. Because you look at Roman Grosjean, and Roman Grosjean had a stint at Andretti's IndyCar team and struggled there. And look at all these times tumble. I mean, Magnussen's up to 7th, Sainz 6th, Ricciardo 8th, Gasly 9th. And the 2 Aston Martins, I mean, and Russell's done a 13.1. I think the Perez might end up in Formula E. Thing with Formula E is that even they are taking their series a lot more seriously now compared to where they were a decade ago, where the likes of Marco Andretti, Takuma Sato, and Jacques Villeneuve all had brief stints in the series. Of course, yeah, Piastri is indeed flying. Purple sector 2 for Piastri, and he's gone fastest, 12.46. 12.46 for the Australian driver in sensational driving there from the young 23-year-old Australian. Only his 2nd year of Formula 1. My goodness me, everyone has been caught out by that lap. Gasly has now gone to the bottom of the top 15. Not a surprise, since, I mean, I don't think just getting to Q2 is an achievement for Alpine this season. And the 2 Aston Martins, whatever. We've got just over 10 minutes to go of qualifying 2. I beg your pardon. I have just finished eating my dinner. The MCL38 is a great car. Yes, it is. But problem with McLaren is that they always start the season off quite slowly. 21 is Piastri 21? No, he's born in 2001, so he's got to be 23 years old. I mean, he's young, but he's not that young, okay? And now we're now got just over 9.5 minutes to go. And Leclerc goes 2nd with a 12.77. Alonso improves to a 12.85. Stroll still can't get in the top 10. Ricciardo 4th, 12.9. Tsunoda 5th, 12.9. Well, of course, we all know Verstappen is warming his tyres up. I mean, and Russell 12.3. Russell goes fastest. Purple sector 1 and sector 2 purple lap times for the British driver. And Sargeant goes to 15th, but I suppose getting to Q2 is just an achievement for Sargeant for himself. Magnussen is 6th, 12.9. Magnussen is flying this weekend, but we have to remember he is only 2 points away from incurring a race ban, so he's got to watch his back. Look, Norris goes 4th with a 12.7. Hamilton is just ahead on a 12.6. Leclerc drops to 5th. Alonso goes to 6th now. Got 8 minutes left. Damn. Bloody hell, you're literally the same age as young Oscar. I'll just tell you this, time flies, okay? So just appreciate your youth when you have it. I don't know. I think someone said in the chat that it's beginning to rain, but doesn't seem like. But it's not affected the lap times from what I can see. Damn, you're starting a mountain biking podcast. Wow. Oof. I have no idea what mountain biking is about. I know it's kind of like the rallying of the WRC of bikes and cycling, if you will, since of course, you know, if the Tour de France is F1 and all the Olympic cycling stuff is F1, then I mean mountain biking is very much just like jumping into a super Impreza and going around the forest. Nice one. First episode, June 14th. I hope you get a lot of interest for that. Unfortunately, I no longer have Instagram because Instagram deleted my Crystal Racing account 4 years ago. And they refused to allow me back in, despite the fact that I tried to write to them and I even took a photo of myself with my name on it. No response. So I gave up. Sad, but sod Instagram, to be honest. With them. Norway does 3-1 to Denmark. Yeah, well, I mean, Denmark qualified was Norway. I think we all know by now, of course, missed the cut for Euro 2024, and they didn't even make the playoffs. So, I mean, just having Erling Haaland and Martin Odegaard in your team is not enough to get the job done. You need a team, not superstar individuals. I mean, we've all seen it many times with Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal at international tournaments. You can't just rely on a superstar or two superstars. Oof. Verstappen has improved to a 12.9. Got 5 minutes remaining. I think everyone is taking their time to take their final runs. Although, if we're going to be truly honest, I think will be everyone from Leclerc downwards, from 5th place downwards, who will be desperate to do one more quali run. Yeah, Norway have not qualified. Well, by the time they start the next World Cup qualifying campaign, it would have been 25 years since Norway last competed at an international tournament. Funnily enough, Euro 2000 was the first time I ever watched an international football tournament. So, yeah. And in that time, we've seen the likes of Finland, Macedonia, and Iceland compete at international tournaments. And I think some of the cars have gone to the pits, like Leclerc, Alonso, Magnussen, Sainz, probably preparing for one more lap. I know Magnussen and Sargeant have just completed the personal best of their previous laps. Less than 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Mexico 84. Wait, didn't Mexico host the World Cup in 86? But I mean, apparently, I think they were meant to host Colombia were meant to host the 1986 World Cup, but apparently they ran out of money. So, yeah. A Thai national team, yeah, Thailand drew 1-1 with China. Damn, China are on the brink of missing out the third round of World Cup qualifying in the Asian zone for the first time since 2005. I mean, yeah, I've got to say it. I saw them play at the 2002 World Cup, and I knew it. I just knew deep down when China failed to score a goal at against the likes of Costa Rica and Turkey that there was no hope for this Chinese national team. Now, they did reach the 2004 Asian Cup final, but they lost 3-1 to Japan. And contrast those two national teams' fortunes since then. Guess what? I know nothing about Star Wars either, so I honestly never knew who the hell E2 was until I was like 19 years old. Italia 90, yes, that is a tournament that is remembered fondly within Britain because, of course, England reached the semi-finals, their best result since the 1966 World Cup victory. Of course, my feed has just switched off. I know who. Okay, Yoda. We're just trying to do something because Q2 is going to end and Norris has gone fastest. Oh, and Hamilton's gone fastest with 11.9. These lap times are dropping as we speak. Tsunoda's gone for, Russell, 11.7. These lap times are really dropping now. Verstappen is only 6th with a 12.5. Once again, Red Bull don't look as slick as before. 55 seconds remaining. So Verstappen is 7th now. 7th. And can you please type in English for the chat, because I don't want anyone to be putting offensive comments in foreign languages in my chat. Thank you very much. Ferrari, 11th and 12th. Oh my goodness, Leclerc and Sainz. And I apologise for the picture quality because it is now like 9:30 in Britain, so the daylight is beginning to fade. Verstappen is 7th, I beg your pardon. So because you can't see the order, the two Mercedes 1st and 2nd, Norris and Piastri are 3rd and 5th for McLaren, Tsunoda 4th, Albon 6th, Verstappen 7th, Ricciardo 8th, the two Aston Martins 9th and 10th, Ferrari 11th and 12th, and of course Sargeant, Magnussen and Gasly round out the top 15, with Perez already out in Q1. Oh, damn, I need to put the lights on, to be honest, because it's not working. Oh, my goodness. Ferrari are out. That's it, folks. Look at that. Ferrari 11th and 12th. We've run out of time. They did not make it. Oh, my goodness me. Ferrari are at it again. Scuderia Clownori is back, folks. It's back. The clown show at Maranello has returned. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. You thought Perez was an embarrassment? Ferrari are back in town, everyone. Ready to show how much of a disorganized joke they are. And Leclerc was only 0.03 seconds slower than that Stroll. Goodness me. I was there talking about how Aston Martin have been struggling recently. And then, of course, the boys from Maranello just had to remind everyone that, yeah, we're capable of making a mockery of ourselves. Bigger than anyone else on the grid. But it has to be said, Verstappen is only 7th. 7th. Yeah, Verstappen, if Verstappen takes a DNF and Leclerc wins, forget that. Yeah, I think I spoke too soon there with Leclerc. I think at this point, I'm probably going to put bet in favour of another Lando Norris victory and, of course, a Max Verstappen DNF. I think, of course, McLaren are definitely more consistent than Ferrari, and they've definitely have turned the corner at Woking. I mean, is this 2019 all over again at Ferrari? I mean, come on, man. 2019, 2020. Oh, goodness me. And yes, that's right, Will. Ferrari are back. The Ferrari we all missed and loved are well and truly back. And Alex Albon is in Q3. 6th, of course, Williams were quick in FP3, where both Albon and Sargeant were 6th and 7th. And Albon has delivered on Williams' promise again. And Sargeant has done his usual disappearing act once again. And do you want to know something really funny that I heard from James Vowles earlier on today? Williams have 2 world-class drivers, according to James Vowles. I think we need to ask the question. I mean, put 1 in the chat if you think Williams have got 2 world-class drivers, and put a 2 in the chat if you think Williams only have 1 decent driver. So FP3 will be starting soon. Yeah, I think I agree with 2. Look, I think James Vowles was doing a very much a PR job with stating he had 2 world-class drivers, because of course he was speaking about a potential move for Carlos Sainz to join their team next year. Maybe if Carlos Sainz joins Williams, then we can be talking about Williams having 2 world-class drivers. Because as far as I'm concerned, Q3, I don't know when it's going to start. I don't know. For some reason, I think it'll probably be another 2 minutes, my friend. Oh, I think I've seen the tyres go blank on the screen. It's raining trackside, yeah, of course. Apparently someone told me that they were going to delay qualifying because they were scared of a rainstorm coming. Well, yeah, but apparently according to the weather map, it's 90 degrees Celsius in Montreal, and it's sunny, overcast but sunny. And would you believe it? Had Charles Leclerc got pole position today, which he's not going to do, it would be the 50th time in F1 history that car number 16 scored pole position in the sport's history. Maybe next weekend we might see that, or the week after, whenever we got another Grand Prix going on. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know what's going on with the timing screens, but I think, oh dear, so I just spammed the N word everywhere. Well, the timers are back up, but has anyone completed a lap yet? Piastri's gone purple in sector 3. Just so you know, DRS has been scrapped for 2026 because they will be getting replaced by flexi wings for 26. Because, of course, the new regulations have appeared, but what we will have in 2 years' time, where the cars will be reduced to a track width of 1.9 meters, the same width of what the F2 cars have, and the cars will be made 30 kilos lighter. So and Formula One has rejected Andretti's bid to enter the sport in the next 2 years, but have left the door open for admission from 2028 onwards. And yes, Q3 has officially started, for those of you wondering. Bit of a lengthy delay there. I don't know what that was about. But finally, we're back under the way. Of course, purple sector for Norris, purple sector for Verstappen, and Piastri goes fastest with a lap time of over 2 minutes. Clearly a warm-up lap there. And now Piastri is on his way to doing a proper flying lap. Oh, and Norris goes fastest with 29.3. Bit of a slow warm-up lap there from both Oscar and Max. McLaren with an LED screen. McLaren will pretty much do any commercial gimmick these days, it has to be said. I know a couple of years ago they painted their wheel rims the same colours of Google Chrome. They've painted their car's livery with the orange, navy and orange Golf livery from the 60s. They gave their car the Ayrton Senna paint job at Monaco, and Piastri goes fastest with a 12.7. Oh my goodness me, Yuki Tsunoda has been absolutely fantastic once again. And McLaren have released an E-mounted bike. And Verstappen goes fastest with a 12.35. Yeah, I've got to say it, McLaren are giving Ferrari a run for their money in terms of the marketing stakes. He's Tsunoda, isn't he about to get... Oh, he's down. Oh, he's just come out of the hairpin. He's going to go down the straight to complete his... Then get to the chicane to complete his lap. Albon is just behind him. And from what I can see on the timing screen, is that Russell coming up next. Of course, Tsunoda goes of 121.6. Oh. Is that Ricciardo up next? Oh, okay. Albeit just doing a pair of warp laps then. Russell. Oh, okay. So a lot of drivers are pacing themselves by the looks of it, but Alonso goes third fastest with a 12.8. Stroll on 13.15. Albon is fifth with a 13.2, but of course it remains to be seen what the likes of Tsunoda and Russell can do. And Norris definitely needs to improve his time there. I mean, realistically, I think Albon could get ninth because, of course, Dan Ricciardo exists. Dan Ricciardo has somehow made his way to Q3 despite driving like he has leg weights stuck in his wheel rims right now. He may have a big smile, but I think his smile is probably made of, I don't know, of heavy coal. Because whatever it is, he's just really slow right now. And I apologize, I had to watch 2 adverts just to continue watching, but Tsunoda goes 6th with a 13.3. Albon and Russell goes fastest at 12.000, and now Hamilton goes second fastest with a 12.3. Exactly 0.28 seconds slower than his teammate. And Verstappen might have a job in his hands in terms of getting pole this weekend. I don't know if we can see that now because I know because of the fading light. The timing screen is blurred. And Ricciardo exactly 1.716 seconds slower than Russell. Over there. 3.5 seconds slower than his teammate as well. But you know, we all know what Ricciardo's camp will say. He needs more time. We need to work on car problems. Ricciardo's not feeling as confident as he did before. Yeah, I'm so fed up of the excuses now. But Norris is actually really struggling right now. I mean, I don't know when he's doing a warm-up lap, but I mean, if a red flag comes out, then Norris is going to be under serious pressure. But credit to Alex Albon, he is in 7th place, just 700ths slower than Lance Stroll. Alex Albon brought his season into life at this very same circuit last year, and it appears he could be about to do the same once again, albeit he did score 2 points at Monaco last time out. So Alex Albon does like street circuits. I think that's one thing I have concluded from Alex Albon's performance over the past 2.5 years. And yeah, well, Ricciardo, I mean, Jacques Villeneuve literally lashed out at him yesterday when he talked about Daniel Ricciardo, pretty much saying, "You're finished." Because we all know Jacques Villeneuve doesn't beat around the bush. And whilst, of course, I know lots of Daniel Ricciardo fans must have been screaming at Jacques Villeneuve and doing whatever sort of tirade they like to do whenever anyone criticises their beloved honey badger. I mean, the guy is just not there anymore. And of course, many would argue he was never that great in the first place. And Vettel, having a bang average 2014, gave Ricciardo a career. And in many ways, I do kind of think that might be true. Although having said that, from a strategic point of view, I think Ricciardo will settle for 10th and save his last set of soft tyres for the race tomorrow. And Tsunoda could well do the same thing because I'm not entirely sure it's worth the effort to burn another set of softs just to qualify 8th and 9th ahead of Albon. And to be honest, I don't think Albon is going to really go out for another lap again because we only have, on the 3.5 minutes remaining of Q3. Oh man, and look at that. Russell has gone second fastest with a 12.02. Piastri, 12.1 behind. Oh boy, and Verstappen's only 5th. Verstappen, I mean, that Red Bull has lost its qualifying pace. I mean, obviously, it missed out on Red Bull, and Verstappen missed out on pole position for the first time last weekend. And it looks like they could well be missing out once again unless Max can find 4 tenths in his pocket. Two minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Ricciardo has done a purple sector, 20.115. Oh my god, is Ricciardo actually about to prove us wrong? But no, Alonso goes purple, first sector, 20.1. Ricciardo's done a personal best in sector 2, but so has Stroll. And Stroll improves to a 12.7 ahead of Alonso. But my god, it's only less than a 10th between those two drivers. And what can Daniel Ricciardo do when he gets to the line? He went in. Oh, he's coming onto the pit straight. He's about to complete his lap. And it's 4th place. A 12.178. I am a bit surprised by that, if I'm going to be honest. He's jumped ahead of Alonso and Hamilton and Verstappen. We've been, well, I have been jumping on, oh, and Verstappen goes purple sector in 1 with a 19.987. And he improves his sector 2 time as well. Tsunoda completes his lap. It's only 8th fastest. A 12.4 for the Japanese youngster. And Verstappen goes second fastest. Exactly the same lap time. Look at that. 12.000. But of course, because Russell completed his lap first, like I learned at the 1997 European Grand Prix at Jerez, the guy who completes his fastest lap first gets pole position. So, Verstappen, so close, so close. Piastri goes 4th fastest, just a 10th slower. Would you look at that? Both of them, 0.000. It is 1997 Jerez all over again. And I'm not sure, be Albon and Norris doing one more lap. No, I think that's it. I think they're all coming into the pits now. So remarkable stuff there. Remarkable stuff there. Both Russell and Verstappen did the same lap time. But because Russell completed his fastest lap first, he gets pole position. Whilst Verstappen will have to settle for second place. A remarkable effort. It is very much flashbacks to 1997, her ref at the European Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo qualifies and season best of 5th, just ahead of Alonso. McLaren, been out of the second row. Hamilton is 7th. Very disappointing, if I'm going to be honest. Tsunoda is probably not going to be pleased by the fact that he got out qualified by almost 2.5 tenths of a second there by Ricciardo. Stroll narrowly beats Albon to P9, but I don't. I mean, even though Albon did indeed go for a more qualifying lap, he probably shouldn't have bothered, to be honest, because let's be honest, he's in a Williams, and just getting to Q3 is an achievement in a Williams as in itself. That's right, just less than 3 tenths separate the top 10, the top 7 in qualifying today. That's how close the cost cap regulations have closed up the field this season. Second in the title, and both Ferraris collide tomorrow. All right, McLaren could jump to second place in the constructors if both Ferraris collide tomorrow. Well, it is Ferrari after all. We all know anything can happen at the team. One moment they're amazing, the next moment they're an absolute clown world show. Sargeant, 13th. I think he'll be satisfied with that, even though once again he lost down qualifying, making it 8-0 in favour of Albon. Magnussen, 14th, beating his teammate for I think only the second time this year. Gasly also gets the better of his teammate Ocon, who has been dominating quali this year. I think only the second time Gasly has beaten Ocon this year in qualifying, and with the recent news that Ocon will be leaving Alpine at the end of this season, I think it's very clear that the momentum has shifted from one side of the French garage to the other. And of course, Bottas and Zhou qualify 17th and 20th. Who the hell cares about them? But of course, you can see right there, Sergio Perez, 16th. And that's right, folks. Second weekend in a row, and a Mexican driver, despite renewing his contract until 26, is out in Q2. He's out in Q2 again. Yeah, Christian Horner is very much... I mean, if the next 2 years we see Verstappen lose a world championship because he lacks a competitive number 2 to help him out, Christian Horner and the Red Bull management are going to look like a bunch of mooses, since of course we are in Canada and the national animal in Canada is a moose. And yes, Ferrari 11th and 12th, how can I forget? Maranello is back, folks. Grazie ragazzi. That's all I can say. Absolute stellar job from the boys at Maranello. I'm going to give them a round of applause. Clap, clap, clap. Well done, Ferrari. You are absolutely stellar. Just imagine me making a clapping noise. That's what I think of when I think of Ferrari. Pure Italian excellence. You know, it's so good that Kimi Raikkonen doesn't drive for Ferrari anymore because I can join in with you. I can join in with you and laugh at the jokers at Maranello. I mean, this doesn't affect me anymore. It's not affected me for 6 years, and it has done my mental health the world of good. Not having Kimi Räikkönen drive that clown show of a team. I mean, it makes me feel. I mean, when Ferrari fail, I can just sit there and smile and think, yeah, that's not my problem anymore. That's the Tifosi's problem. And yeah, Sebastian Vettel fans can pretty much say the same thing. It's not our problem either. It's Leclerc and Sainz fans' problems instead. And of course, Sainz fans can say the same thing next year when, well, unfortunately, he'll probably be off to Williams by that point. But instead, Hamilton fans will be strangling the Ferrari Twitter accounts admins next season instead. Can you imagine that? For Lewis Hamilton, oh my lord, Ham Mosey is good. Ham Mosey, whatever you call them. Oh my word. It could get ugly. We could well see we could see a war crime next season with Hamilton fans confronting the Ferrari management next year. Ferrari can't get away with this next year because they might think that some of the fan bases of previous drivers they've had, like Alonso fans, were a nightmare. Lewis Hamilton fans could well be causing a massacre next season at Maranello if Ferrari are not careful. Had to deal with that nonsense for 6 years, and I still love this team, but at least it ain't 2020. Yeah, well, yeah, instead you've got 2019 going on again. That's what it feels like. You know, flashes of speed, a lot of a few pole positions here and there, but ultimately nowhere near consistent enough to mount a championship challenge. I hope Hamilton ignores and pits when he wants. Damn, I mean, God, it could be rough. So for me, Hamilton's move to Ferrari is very much one final dash at glory. Although, of course, I mean, I think he's also trying to leave Mercedes for the sake of getting away from George Russell, who, of course, has proven to be a sensation over one lap. I know it sounds cheesy to say it, but there is a reason why David Croft calls George Russell Mr. Saturday, because I think it has been extremely close between Hamilton and Russell over the past 2 years when it comes to qualifying speed. I still think Hamilton is the better driver over race distance, obviously, but Russell does know how to string a quali lap out. You've got to give him credit for that. And I think, you know I did a poll yesterday. Not a poll yesterday. I did a poll earlier on in FP3 where I asked everyone who do you think will win the race tomorrow. And 3 out of 3 of the votes said Lando Norris. But judging from this, I mean, we've got a lot of contenders. I mean, Russell is in contention. Piastri could win his maiden Grand Prix win tomorrow. Verstappen could win, of course. Ricciardo will probably just do well to score points with the form he's in. But you got to say it, he did get within 2 tenths of Russell today in qualifying. An impressive effort from the heavily criticised Honey Badger of late. I've got to say it, I did a poll earlier on as well where I asked everyone, would RB score more points if they had better drivers? And I think that poll narrowly came out in favour of yes. So yeah, Ricciardo, mate, you've got to keep this up. Because as good as Yuki Tsunoda has been this season, I think his ceiling is fairly medium at best. I think ultimately Ricciardo still has got the highest ceiling than Tsunoda. And but I will say this, Ricciardo still definitely has also got a higher ceiling than Sergio Perez, who I'd rather not even say anymore because, I mean, we all know it's basically like a Ponzi scheme in terms of why Perez still remains at Red Bull for another 2 years. And of course, long-term F1 fans will be well aware of the fact that 1997 European Grand Prix at Jerez, the title decider, Schumacher, Frentzen and Villeneuve clocked in the same lap time. And I think Schumacher was given pole position because he completed his lap time first, meaning that George Russell will start on pole position because he got his lap time in first. Anyone got any data on practice? Oh, sorry, mate. I don't have that information for you. I mean, well, I just do these quality streams for a bit of a laugh because, of course, Chaser HD was going to do a stream, but his keyboard broke. So, yeah, he's going to have to buy a new keyboard from what I've heard. And so I don't think he'll be streaming for probably another 2 weeks again. I mean, having said that, I wouldn't be surprised if Chaser HD just opened his laptop computer up and just decided, instead of putting any information up, that he could just do a stream, and he probably would still get like 2,000 viewers despite the lack of information. I mean, my God, Chaz has a lot of problems with technology, the poor lad. I don't know what sort of equipment he uses. But of course, I think he does use a lot of high-tech streaming platforms, which of course really wear his computer software out quite heavily. How may it play into McLaren's race strategy tomorrow? Oh, damn. I think they're just going to have to hope that Russell and Verstappen get in each other's way tomorrow in terms of the action. I think if Russell holds on to the lead at the start, that will play into McLaren's hands pretty well because I think Russell will hold Verstappen up for many, many laps. And McLaren will probably capitalise and do the undercut on both George and Max. And then, of course, they're going to have to hope that Ricciardo holds everyone up behind him. I mean, ideally, of course, if Ricciardo can make a monster start and join and take the lead at the start, I think that would also help McLaren further because, of course, he would interfere with, of course, Russell. Of course, if he can get in front of Russell in particular, that'd be good because if he gets in front of Max, then unfortunately, we all know the inevitable will happen in that Ricciardo will be given some sort of signal instead of course, the usual radio message you get. We all know he'll just pass it. We all just let him pass once he sees Verstappen closing in his mirrors. He will not have to be told, by the way. I think Ricciardo is experienced enough to know that the implications of him holding up Verstappen are not pleasant. And the fact is, I mean, Red Bull have the faster car and they are the sister team, so Alonso could get a podium, yeah, but I think Ricciardo could well. Oh, Ricciardo could well do an Alonso and hold him up for many laps, you know. We've all used to talk about the Arno Trulli train back in the day. But, you know, Fernando Alonso has taken his mantle of his former Renault teammate in transforming it into the Fred train, and Ricciardo could well be doing the Honey Badger train tomorrow. So, what comes round goes around. I mean, Alonso held quite a few cars up at the last week Grand Prix at Monaco, and it looked like it worked, only for Stroll to then go and hit the barriers, and then, of course, all his hard work went down the drain. So, I think I will end the stream there. thank you very much for watching here at Encore Football. It has been a pleasure to do this stream, and I'll see you again tomorrow for more action. Just a gut feeling with Danny Ricciardo's bad luck. It all went wrong in the first few laps. It all got... Oh. Was this Miami? I can't remember, but, yeah, I think Ricciardo definitely needs a bit of luck now.